Hello, Provo City. My name is Superintendent Dow, and I am here to give you an update about Provo City School District. Today is Friday, September 15th. Thank you for joining me. We have lots that's going on in the district this week, and so lots to share with you. On Monday, of course, it was a memorial for 9/11. Many of us remember exactly where we were when the planes hit the Twin Towers, and just a spiraling of events took place on that day in 2001. Certainly, it's something that we all kind of remember exactly what was happening in our lives at that time. I know I was a teacher at the time and helping high school students get through that particular event. I had a student whose grandmother was on one of the flights who was killed in that event, and just trying to help the class in that process. So I think it's something that many of us understand and remember, and it is kind of weird to think about that there's whole generations now that were not even born at the time that happened. But just wanted you to know that it's something that we thought about. I celebrate our schools for bringing up that important event and for talking with it through their kids and making them aware of what a great place the United States is to live, and how fortunate we are, and how many people have fought for all of the things that we have. And so just wanted to highlight that and let you know that that certainly is always on our radar as well, is to commemorate those things and to express gratitude for all that we have here in the United States. Second, I just want to applaud a lot of parents encourage their children to ride their bikes to school this week. We had a bike to school week, bike to work week. I know probably many of you participated in that in your jobs, and so just shout out to those who embrace that. I did not. I'm just going to be really honest. I do drive on the freeway and commute a little ways to get here to Provo, but certainly am appreciative of a city that is trying to be very bicycle friendly, and certainly we still have a long ways to go to ensure the safety of all individuals as we're trying to get to and from specific places. Second, I just wanted to highlight that our Foundations Golf Tournament will be held on September 28th. I do not golf, but I will definitely be there. I will ride around in a golf cart. I would love to talk with you and meet you. If you are interested in doing that, please contact or go to foundation.provo.edu, and more information can be found there. We would love to see you there. We use the money that we fundraise from that for teacher grants and to go directly back into classrooms and into our schools. Also, just want to highlight that next week is, well, technically it's on Sunday, on September 17th, is Constitution Day. The entire month of September has been set aside by the Utah Legislature as Constitution Month or American Founders Month. I do want to highlight that our podcast this week features Amanda Eskeets, who is a middle school social studies teacher at Centennial Middle. And we also had Will Widener, who is a student at Timpview High School and one of our student board members. And we really get into quite a fun conversation about the Constitution. So I hope you'll tune in. And we even do like, are you smarter than a sixth grader about the Constitution? And I challenged them to stump the superintendent about the Constitution, and they were able to do so. It's been a long time since I've taught government and U.S. history, so it was just really fun. I hope you'll tune into that. My parents both came from Denmark and are immigrants, but I just want you to know that it's something that in my family, we are very grateful that we have the opportunity to live here in the United States of America. And while we know that there's a lot of work to be done, I also know this is the greatest place to be, right? And that we're always striving and working to make it even better. And I appreciate education for that reason, because it's one of the ways in which we can accomplish that. So tune into that. I think you'll really enjoy it. So next, I just want to also highlight that we did have our board meeting on Tuesday night. There were new policies that were adopted. Most of those are tied to personnel policies that were established in our negotiated agreement. We did update our special education policy to make sure that it aligns with the requirements from the state of Utah and the federal government. So if you'd like to take a look at that, you can go to our webpage and go into our board docs and see that, or you can always email me and I'm happy to direct you where you need to go if you have questions about that. We approved a lot of overnight travel for our high school students and middle school students, it has come to my attention that there are parents that are concerned about the costs associated with travel. We want to provide rich opportunities for our students, but it probably is something that we need to look at in terms of our policies and what's happening and the demands that are being made of parents. So I just want you to know that that's on our cabinet's radar, which is made up of our assistant superintendents and myself and our business administrator, and that we are looking at ways to make sure we maximize these opportunities, but also are very conscientious of the hardship sometimes it creates for students and families. And so we want to find a successful balance of those two. So just something to keep on our radar. We also are forming a committee to draft a policy on classroom symbols. I've received a few emails about that, and so we will be working through that. I will keep you updated through that, and there will be time for public comment as well, because our school board members represent you. They will ultimately be the ones that adopt the policy, and we will just be making some recommendations. So as you see that, please, we would love to have your input in that. We want to make sure our classrooms and our schools are safe for all kids. That's really important to me. Furthermore, I hope you'll tune into our website. We gave away a lot of Provo Way Awards we had a counseling secretary, we had teachers, we had individual in our tech department. These are just individuals that are going above and beyond and really making a difference in lots of people's lives. And so I would encourage you to tune into that so that you can see the great work that's being done in Provo City School District. There were also updates that were given in board meeting about Timpview, Shoreline, and Wasatch. Those are our major construction projects, and so you can listen to board meeting to read about that. We're getting closer on having more definitive dates about our move into Timpview. We are still waiting on an install of an elevator. Our elevator has arrived. We are still waiting on the installation of that, so that we are completely in ADA compliance and that we make sure we have safe exits for everyone. But I'm just really impressed with how well the team has been working together, and a big shout out to Principal Tua and to all of the people in the district that are helping assist with that. So good things are on the way, and we're moving forward, and that will be communicated out as soon as we have more information. Just also want you to be aware that we are forming a strategic committee for our strategic plan. Board members will be recommending specific community members. We will incorporate some people from our cabinet and teachers and principals as we move this work forward. It's going to take quite a few meetings, probably 6 different meetings over the course of the next 8 months. And these meetings will last anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. So it's quite a time commitment. So if you're interested in serving on these, feel free to email your board member, as we want to have a wide variety of participation in this process. So we are very excited as we formulate our vision, mission, and values, develop Provo City's portrait of a graduate, and that we can really align our work and ensure that it aligns with what our community values and what our community wants to see, how our community wants our students to succeed, and what we want for them in the future. I think that's it for this week. I hope you'll tune into the podcast. As I said, I think it's really a fun one, and I do want to give 2 other shout outs that are a big deal. So many of you may or may not know that we have a education system for our students with significant disabilities that serves them from 18 to 22 years of age. It's called East Bay Post High. I was able to meet with their staff and just see the love that they have for our students and just the hard work that they put in. I don't think we realize that they don't get the same kind of prep time that a lot of other teachers get, because our students need significant supports, but they're trying to prepare them for school and work and all of the things. So just wanted to give them a shout out, because I think sometimes they're kind of on the outskirts of our district, and I just really want them to feel included and to be appreciated for the work that they do. And then last but not least, I had the opportunity to serve on bus duty at Timpview High School this week. Just really grateful for our transportation drivers and all of the eyes that go into coordinating all of that. There's 13 buses that are entering into a construction site, getting kids onto the right buses, getting them there safely, managing that while there's literally probably 800 students trying to navigate that, and just the attention to safety. And I was just very impressed, and just wanted to give a shout out. I know that's a challenge each and every day. So with that, I want to wish all of you a wonderful weekend. And as always, feel free to reach out if you have concerns or issues you would like to discuss, or just things that you need to have on my radar. My email is Wendy, Wendy, D, because my last name is Dow, at provo.edu. Love to hear from you, and hope that these updates help so that you know what we're working on. So have a great weekend, everyone.